All right, test, test. Microphone, test, test. Let me just make sure that sounds good. All right, good. Sounds good on the monitor. This is just a test stream, so um, I'm just trying to see if everything works well. Trying to make sure that I got um, some decent quality for the actual stream. I'm trying to make sure that all of my cameras are working, which my top camera does work. I just have it closed at the moment because I'm not ready to stream. Um, I have my foot camera here just to show you my braking and my my throttle inputs. If you're watching this, you notice that we are in the ultra wide mode, right? Because I use a 49-inch ultra wide monitor, and that's pretty much the experience that I wanted to show was the ultra wide monitor, how I see things. All right, so as I'm driving, I'm gonna give you guys the exact view that I have. So why am I doing this? Well, I don't really see too many streams doing it, so I figure I would, be the first. So alright, so let's see. All my controls are good. That's my throttle. Before I start, I'm gonna make sure that I can hear myself speaking while I have the full throttle. It's test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, test. Test, test, test. Alright, good. So that's a good test. I like the audio on there. Let me just give it a go, see what we're looking like for our let me see what we're looking like for our lap, see if we keep the good quality. All of this is just for research right now. I'm thinking about starting a stream in a couple days. So right now you can look at the display on the bottom left under my foot camera, and that's basically the same display that's on my steering wheel. So if you can see the steering wheel display, it tells you what gear I'm in, my lap time. It tells you the difference between my laps. It tells you, I almost lost it there, my RPMs, my speed. What else? What else? It tells you my engine mode that I'm in. I don't have any engine mode selected in particular, but I believe it tells you my battery output as well. Whether or not remember these are turbo hybrid cars. So I have the ability to change my power output from motor to hybrid battery, and while I'm driving motor I can be charging my battery. So alright, so that was my warm-up lap. Basically that's just to get your tires warm. That's not to be judged. It's called an out lap. It's your first lap outside of the pit lane. So here's my first lap. Let's go hard on the brakes. I missed my apex just a little bit and late on the throttle. Too early on the throttle, or too hard on the throttle, and you are going to lose traction. And that's not good in a race. So I shouldn't be in my final gear just yet, but I am. So if you see it says DRS on, DRS is, I'll show you what DRS is when I stop. But that's basically a flap in the back of my on my wing that opens up and reduces the drag to allow me more speed on my the big straights. So my driving is not going to be as smooth as it could be, because this is my first time really back in the seat. I had some rebuilding going on here. I had to install a new seat for my rig. And then I was on vacation and a lot's been going on. But I'm glad to be back. The rig is more, how can I say? The rig is more immersive, right? Because my seat is now more like laid back. I have a new seat, so it's in the actual Formula One position. Alright, I'm gonna do another lap, and then I might want to check out the playback just to see what we're looking like. Make sure I clip that apex. Got on that throttle a little bit better. I should have upshifted out of that corner so that I could have got on the throttle just a little bit harder and a little more smoother. So if you notice, I'm going to be hitting those apexes, and that is key to fast laps, consistent laps. Hit the apex here, apex again, set up, get a good exit here, full throttle. Late apex here. Set me up. I just missed that one. That's just a lift off the throttle. Got to utilize the entirety of the track. Late apex again. Too much curb. It's legal to take a little bit of curb, so don't think that I'm like driving in the grass, you know, because I'm like terrible or nothing. But it's perfectly legal in order to, you know, get decent angles on the on your approaching corner. So alright, so if you see everything is in green, that means I'm above my previous time. If everything turns red, that means I'm slower. So you see it says no, that's not true. I'm sorry, I got a little bit of a flow going on. That's why I'm just keep going. Believe it or not, I'm actually starting to sweat. I do have a SimMagic direct drive wheel, so the direct drive motor is sorry, I just wanted to make sure I clean that up real quick. Look at that grip. Come on. I should have gave it too much throttle. I had a bad angle on the exit. Well, I had a bad angle going into the apex of that corner. If I get a good angle, I'm able to stay full on the throttle. But flat out on the throttle. But I had a bad angle, so I kind of like got too much rotation in the car. Let's just go while we got this time. Go back to the pits, and I'm just gonna do a playback on the lap on my monitor, just to see what we're looking like while we drive. So. Okay, so it doesn't look bad. It looks smooth. That's what I want. So there's a little bit of a quality issue in the display. I'm not upset with that, and there's quite a few reasons. I believe it could be that my output for my my settings in OBS just I don't have the right output settings. I think I do, as far as like where we at. Let me see. As far as the, what is it called, my bit rates and all of that. So I could definitely, you know, do better with that. Also, I think it's my settings for Assetto Corsa itself. And the reason why I say that is because when you do I'm sorry, my son keeps touching me. It's just getting my attention. Um, once you change the what do you call that? I want to go, post processing filter. Sorry. Once you go to the post processing filter, what that does is it gives you more of a dynamic lighting effect on a car. Everything that's where they make these different lighting packages for Assetto Corsa. They have like pure. They have like real. Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to make the lighting real. In comparison to what we see, they're trying to make it a one-to-one match for what we see. So, like, if I were to jump on iRacing right now, iRacing does not have the graphic quality that Assetto Corsa has. I mean, iRacing looks very much like a video game um, as opposed to the actual, like, real world immersive look. It has more of a video game approach. The only thing about iRacing I love is the physics. I mean, that's where you're gonna get like the ultimate that's where you're gonna get like the ultimate experience. It's gonna be your physics. As far as the Assetto Corsa is concerned, Assetto Corsa, these guys, this car that I'm driving right now is the Formula One car. It's actually made by a company called Race Sim Studio. So that's basically the new Formula One car for the season. Everything works, all the aerodynamics. So if I tweak anything, it's really gonna have an effect on the car. So let's go back to the pitch real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I go into the settings, I got gears. They keep the gears consistent. I can't change the gears, but when it comes down to the tire compound, I can put on softer tires or harder tires, like super softs, ultra softs. It was on softs. I can change the tire pressures. Go into the fuel, I can change the fuel capacity in liters. Now this is what I was telling you about in the beginning, where I can either use my battery or my motor. See, it says motor or battery. I could either, let me see how that looks while I'm talking. Okay, yeah, I don't think you guys can see it too well, but I can pretty much start using the battery, or I can go into the motor. So because this is a turbo hybrid car, but this is the cool part here, the nose configuration. So if I have a wing on, right now, there's certain components, like if you look right here in this area where I'm moving the mouse, that is, where's it at? Oh, visuals. Windscreen. I can put a windscreen there. Those are all a part of the aerodynamic package, right? But I can also change the settings of the wing on the front and the wing in the rear. I do want to explain to you guys what DRS is, just because of the just because it's a, I don't know, it's a very important component to this whole operation. Let me just get the camera view. Alright, so if you look, see that wing, the wing, how it's opening and closing? So I'm actually doing that with a button on my wheel. So that's DRS open, and you usually get DRS in either one or two regions, sometimes three regions of a track. So you have DRS open, and what that does is it's almost like an aid to help you pass cars, right? So you got a fast car in front of you, but you have to be within 1 second of that car in order for it to be activated. Once it's activated, you'll be able to push that button, and once it opens, it'll give you a 13-kilometer increase because of the reduced drag that car has now. So when it's like this, it's good for cornering, right? But when you get on them straights and you open that thing up, that car is gonna fly because it has extra, it has reduced drag, so it's gonna get more speed down the straight. So that's just an aid that they give the drivers to make passes to keep racing interesting. So that's what I wanted to show you with that. So when you see DRS on, you'll know what that means. So I'm just gonna do it. Like I said, this is a test stream. I don't really have any subject matter for today, so I'm just gonna go back around just another time, just to see what I can do and warm my tires up, and then I call it a night. I appreciate you guys for joining and checking me out. You guys stay flat to the wall. Come in, hit the apex. Apex, apex. I got power. Now, this is how you're supposed to do it. 7th gear into 8th gear. But by the time I get to 8th, it's already time to hit the brakes and turn in. I think it's better to just come up off of the throttle there in that corner for now until I get my angles right, my attack angle for the corner. If you can hear some screeching going on, that's my tires. They're not heated up yet. Don't worry about how fast I'm driving. This is not as hard as it looks. Just a little bit of practice, and then you can do it too. Here's a fun fact, that as you're driving, the faster you're driving, after a while your brain is going to start operating on that level. And that's a fact. And then when you get to a slower car, it's going to kill you, because you're going to be like, your brain is going to be moving super fast. And when you have to do those slow, easy maneuvers, that's when you're going to start struggling. So I've been trying to figure out what camera angle I want to use for my 2 cameras on my stream. I don't know yet. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Before I finish this test stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a race, because it's going to increase the load on my computer. This is what I was telling you guys about the post-processing filter. If I go into video, so it says enable post-processing effects. So if I uncheck that, it goes back to the stock graphics, which, you know, you don't want that. I want to run everything on maximum. So if I run it on maximum and I do a race, see, I just got 95.4 frames per second in that last practice session I was just doing. So I'm just gonna click on race. I got everything set, 19 opponents, so that's 20 cars. I'm not gonna be really getting into the race, but I'm just gonna start it just to see the load on the computer as I'm streaming. I want you guys to take notice also to the changes in my dash display on the left side under my feet camera. That's gonna be like it's gonna tell you some things, like when I first start. It's gonna tell you like where I should be and my RPM should be. I hope you guys like my display. I designed it. I mean, man, it took me somewhere about 13 hours. You know, I did it over 2 days. But I mean, it looks fairly simple, but everything just had to be right. You know, everything had to be right. So I just kept, you know, moving things, raising things, you know, and it came out pretty good. I like it a lot. Alright, so we're in the room. Let's just see real quick. I'm just going to do a quick start. Alright, that was a bad start right there. Gotta watch out, because I'm in a bad position. Bad position. That was my fault. See, I didn't hold my line. So we'll start that again. So he hit the brakes on me, and I was already like, I knew I was in bad position, so I should have anticipated his braking. So, all right, you see how it says good RPM? That's where they want your foot on the throttle. They don't want you to have it too hard on the throttle. All right, let me just my man bumped into me. All right, we'll keep it going just to see. I do got the settings very high, so these guys don't give me anything. They just take everything. See them sparks? Oh! He went up that hill a little scared. Alright, so you see his flap open up? That's DRS open. So just like before with my regular laps, I just got to make sure that I give these guys space, or else they'll end my night. So like I said, these guys are not suckers. I got the difficulty up high, like 90 something. So you might see like a quality jump, a lower quality as I get closer to these guys. That's because the computer has to process all of their designs and speed and movements. Let's see if I can hold on, man. Whew. I gotta get some more race practice. It's all about getting good exits on you guys, but like I said, these guys are flying, man. Come on. I mean, I'm still with the pack, if that counts for anything. Hopefully I got the grip to do what I want to do. Alright, it's a little better. You see me catching up to him? So that means my tires are gripping a little bit better than I'm turning in before him. See that on certain corners? That means I'm moving quicker than him. Our cars are equal in power, so I might be able to catch up to him in some of these corners, like right here. Not here, but like, yeah, starting here. Oh, too wide. Uh-oh. That was on me. Alright, guys. Well, listen. Thank you guys for checking out my stream. This was a test. So, I'm happy with the results. I can thank God for that. So I did my sound yesterday. I did a lot of the different settings. So I did my sound. I did my starting soon screen, which I'll show you guys now. So that's my starting soon screen. You'll be seeing that before I start getting into my streams every day that I do it. What else? It took me 2 days just to get the It took me 2 days just to, let me just bring this down here so you guys can see. It took me 2 days just to get my that dash going on. 2 days. Like, I didn't understand what was wrong with it. It wasn't connecting to my system, but we got it, thank God. All right. But anyway, like I said, I put in a lot of work just to get this far. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be finding out some decent camera angles. I'm gonna start Either I don't know about the. I like the foot camera, but I want to be more creative. I want to actually show my rig while I'm driving. Maybe like put the camera behind my head, um, off to the a certain angle. That might work. Um, I want to. I was thinking about doing like a camera. Some of these guys wear like a camera on their chest so that you can see um, their steering wheel movements. That might be cool. Um, you'll have that you'll have that in one of the boxes up there. Also, just try not to give away the industry secrets, but if you look at my display, I have a lot of my study tutorial that I made for the students. I just have those laid out here. The car that we designed. Have my Cash App, PremierVRA. If you guys got $20, $10 to spare, $5 to spare, Cash App us. At PremierVRA. You can email us, PremierVR Academy. We're on social media at PremierVR Academy. Um, we also have a website, PremierVRA.com. And our mission, giving at-risk youth an introduction to STEM careers in motorsports. So that's pretty much what I do. So I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, test stream.